We are back with Victor Davis Hanson in his own words. We are recording on Sunday, November 9th, and this episode will be up on Thursday, November 13th, 2 weeks out from the great day of Thanksgiving. So, Victor, this past, wouldn't be from when we're recording, so it'd probably be 10 days from when we are recording prior. There was a day before Election Day, just put it like that. There was a conference on young American men that the Lafayette Company put on in D.C. And my dear friend Ellen Carmichael's the person who put it on, and it was a very worthwhile undertaking. What's going on with young men in America was the focus. So anyway, there was a poll done, and I just think there's some interesting findings in these polls of young American men. Few bullet points on mental health. 57% of the respondents said their mental health is just fair, poor, or very poor. On friendships, 48% of Gen Z males have 2 or fewer friends. 11% have no friends at all. 36% of young men, 36%, say they're less socially engaged compared to prior to to COVID. And 41% say their mental health has worsened because of COVID. Just 3 more things. 40% of young men say they do not have a male mentor. Under guidance, 17% of respondents don't look to anyone in their life for guidance about how to be a man in society, so they figure things out on their own. And finally, on affiliation, 35% of males aged 16 to 28 are not affiliated with any organized group, religious congregation, intramural sports team, online community, political volunteer association, or educational association. That's a lot of loneliness and dysfunction out there, Victor.
Yeah, in the old days, they would have been in the Elks Club, the Lions Club, the Rotary Clubs, the Knights of Columbus, the Masonic Lodge, the Downtown Club, the Bowling League. Now they're playing video games in their, bedroom or garage or something. So that part of it's technological, that you can connect with the world in a solitary fashion. And the more you do that, the fewer skills you have socially. So these young men are doing video games in their own domiciles, and then they feel they're awkward because they haven't been out and met and greeted people. That's one thing. The second thing that's going on is, let's face it, from K through 12, they're told by the education establishment in the form of teachers, they're mostly female, that they suffer from inordinate masculinity, toxic masculinity, their sports are too rough, they should feminize, and the whole idea of being a male and being responsible is not inculcated. We have a high 45% divorce rate, so in many cases they either don't have a father or they have a stepfather or a boyfriend of their mother. That's very problematic. When they get to college, they're told that they are prone to be Harvey Weinsteins, and they're going to get 2 separate messages. They're going to see young women who, in today's fashion, the age of the Kardashians, are going to have short skirts, very provocatively dressed, and they're told they're going to have, but that's going to be that they're going to have a Victorian code imprinted on that. So when they go out for a date, they're in the age, post-60s age, where premarital intercourse and sexual congress is very common, very fine, but they're going to have a twist to it, unlike the 60s, that if that matchup or that agreement does not, I'm not saying there's not forcible asymmetry, there are, but if for any grounds whatsoever, the female partner objects post facto, if the male objects, says, I had sexual congress with this woman and I feel like she came on to me and I was drunk, and that nobody believes that, partly for good reasons, biology and all that. But the point I'm making, there is no due process if somebody accuses you of something if you're a male. And then, in graduate school, if you go on, about 55% of the degrees in the humanities, art history, English, are from females. And superimposed on that is affirmative action. So the male, especially the white male, goes to college if he gets in. And I say, where I work, Stanford University, white males consist of about 34 to 36% of the population. But they took 9% who identified as white males, Stanford, the last 4 years. So when they go to that school, they're going to be in a distinct minority, but they're going to be told that they are racist, homophobic, sexist, predators, even though they're underrepresented. They're going to be told white males take over the world. White. I just reviewed a book by this Danielle Padilla, and that's the word whiteness, I think, was on 75 pages, always in a negative context. And then on top of that, I think I'm on reason number 8. We have the whole sexual revolution of the feminist movement in the 60s that said women define their own sexuality on their own terms, and they can be as boorish and permissive as or predatory as men. And that's the definition of a proud, self-assured woman. So what that means is the old idea that the male had certain responsibilities imposed on him by society and his family, to be a gentleman, to open the door for a woman, to pay for the dinner, and on the first, second, or third date, kiss her on the cheek or something, respect her privacy and make sure that she was treated with respect and dignity. That's out. If a male does that, he's a square. And then you have the reaction toward women who say, well, he didn't pay for it, or he's tight, or because you broke the rules long ago and he's just now taking advantage of it. So if you're a male, in the old days, if you're in your basement playing video games and you're 29, a woman will say, well, get it together, bro. I mean, it's time for you to move out of mom's house and dad's, and I want you to get a job. I don't care, 2 jobs. I want you to tell me when you're going to buy a house, and then maybe we'll see if we're going to date and have sexual relations. Not now. The male says, well, there's nothing I have to do to date. I don't even have to take her out to a movie. We just meet, we hook up that night. Maybe it's all easy and nobody puts any demands on me to be a responsible date or father or partner or husband. So you add all that, and I said I don't want to be too specific, but I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 nephews.
Yeah.
In the late 30s and 40s. Of them, 1 is married. 1 owns a house.
Wow.
And that is a problem because they all owe student loans. They are all working, but our society makes it very difficult. I've given the pathologies on the problems with young males, but there's also the society at large. When I wrote The Dying Citizen, if you look at the ages when people get married, when they have their first child, and when they buy their first home, it's advanced by about 4 years. It's got 23 to 27, 27 to 33, 33 to 40. So we have this prolonged adolescence, and that's economic. The best thing that Trump could do is really get the interest rates down for mortgage back down to a mortgage of 4 or 5%, and have a nationwide tax incentive program for people to build homes, and then to socially, culturally inculcate it's wonderful to get married in your early 20s. It's wonderful to have children, family, and we're going to really honor men who marry, buy homes, and are good providers. And that would help. And then video games are not really the way to spend your 20s and 30s.
But
I can honestly say I've never played a video game, so I shouldn't talk about something I don't know.
Oh, really?
Once in my entire life.
Oh, Victor, let's play Donkey Kong sometime, or
I don't even know the names of them. So I confess that because I don't want to talk about. I think they're probably fascinating. I've seen them on the internet and stuff, but it's something wrong, with somebody 36 years old playing paintball with his buddies, or
yeah. Yeah.
Just, I don't know what.
I think it's going to also, Victor, societal responsibilities take a generation or two generations to bleed out what colleges have done to.
That's a lot of it. There's no reason in the world that 50% of young people need to be in college, except if it was A, affordable, and B, educated you and gave you a general education of the world around you, your history, your culture, your ethos, art, music. It doesn't. It just gives you propaganda for the most part, unless you're pure science. And then you're going to pay all this money over the rate of inflation each year. The tuition rises. You're going to be broke. And then you're going to get embittered because your psychology or sociology degree from, I don't know, UC Irvine that you pent $150,000 in the hole for, you're going to go out and be in an apartment, and some guy, the drain's going to get stopped up, and a plumber's going to come in, and the guy is 23 and you're 29, and he doesn't know any money, and he's making $50 an hour.
Right.
And you think, well, I've been reading the Mondami interviews with his voters. That's what they say in New York.
Right.
They've been replaced by AI, or they couldn't get a job because of AI, or they have too much student debt, and then the people they call to fix things make more money than they do, and it's
resentment, real resentment,
and they're frustrated, so they vote. It's kind of like Samson; they want to pull the house down on everybody, but not for good reasons, for bad. And he's going to help them do it. He's a nihilist.